Hello everyone! Today I am putting together a unicorn headpiece, and I'm starting off with this headband that I got from the dollar store. I really honestly bought it just to have the gem pack that was attached and figured that I could upcycle the rest of these pieces into something else. So here I am trying to utilize some of those pieces. I'm starting off by clipping off this fun little tiara type piece on the top. Next I'm moving into, I've got a thicker plastic headband and I've got a stuffed unicorn horn. I bought this in like a 12 pack off Amazon. I used to have a bunch of them because I made a bunch of these headpieces that were similar in the past. So I'm starting by gluing down that fabric stuffed piece first, and then I'm going to add this crown piece behind it. I did do this one kind of just as I went, making it up as I go with whatever I had laying around the house. So securing this piece, making all the pieces stand up. I realized after I did this and added ears that a lot of it didn't really even show in the end, because next I'm making some fancy little ears out of some scrap fabric that I pulled from my scrap bin. So to make the ears, I've got this fleece pink interior that I'm actually cutting off of a piece of scrap from a different project that didn't work out. So I'm just cutting two little pink triangles out of that fleece, and those are going to be the insides of my ears. They've got a little texture. I think it's cute. Some people might not like it. And then I've got this chunk of white fur, and I'm going to hot glue the pink fuzzy side out to the flat side of the fur. So then I'll have a nice furry fuzzy backing for my ears. I'm going to glue the second one on and then cut those pieces out individually. What I can tell you from gluing with fur before is that if you comb the fur in the opposite direction of where you're going to place your cut, you'll keep nicer, fuzzier edges that you can kind of floof out afterward, and I'll have fur that sticks out around the edges, which you can kind of see me doing right here. I'm kind of petting it down in the opposite direction, then making my cut, trimming off my excess pieces, and then I've got the fur that sticks out around the edges. Super cute. I'm going to move on to the second one. Sometimes when you come with the fur, you get really blunt edges, so I'll go in and kind of point cut with the edge of my scissors to just dull down those blunt edges so that they don't look so crazy. So I'm going to cut right up the center here. You can see me doing some of that point cutting here. I found a blunt edge I don't like. But I'm going to make a little cut up the center, and it just makes it kind of fold over into itself naturally, which is going to give us the fold of our ear and make it look not so flat and really cute. So it fit perfectly on that headband. I'm just going to add my glue and place my ear, and you can see where our crown is starting to get lost, but that's okay. It adds more structure, it adds more interest from the back of the piece, and again, it was kind of a toss-away piece that I had just added as extra anyway, so I'm not too incredibly concerned about it. Oh, that was my neck. You guys, I just turned 30 yesterday, and I turned 29, so I've got one more year till 30. I'm rushing it already, and I feel like I'm falling apart. I'm not ready to say goodbye to my 20s. The last year of my 20s are here. 29, almost 30, falling apart. So I put this glue down. I was going to use the garland. It was like, no, the garland doesn't look like fur. I wanted to look like fur and or mane, so I switched to a feather boa, which I found at that same dollar store, and I used some of that feather boa and some of the other pieces that you've seen. So I'm going ahead, I'm going to press that around my edges, I'm going to wrap it around the front of my horn and glue that back into the headband because, like we've talked about, points of contact are always good to help secure your piece, and then I'm going to trim the excess off. I'm gonna start doing some detailing. So I've got a big pearl that I glued on, and then I'm adding a couple of different rhinestones, and I'm just gonna continue adding rhinestones to pieces of the headdress that I think could use a little extra bling, especially on our little crown nubs that are sticking out the side, and some of those crown pieces in the back could use some gem work. Down the sides of the horn, down the sides of the headband, just wherever I think could use a little extra magic and a little extra flair. You can see this is where I'm starting to move into the back and add some pieces of interest in the back. In retrospect, if I did this all over again, I probably would have put the blue sparkly pieces toward the back, since that's where they can actually be seen. But I didn't. I made massive ears and covered up everything, and this is where I am. And I'm okay with it. I'm totally okay with this being this way. If the fur gets tousled and moved around, you'll still get those pearls and a little bit of blue. It was supposed to be like a mermaid headpiece, but here we are, it's a unicorn now. We do what we want here on my channel. The headband was actually also an upcycle piece. It was like from a McDonald's Happy Meal, because I still order those because I'm a child, and it came with like a Hello Kitty headband in it, and that's what I'm using. And it fits me surprisingly well, so apparently I also have a child-sized head. All good things to know. Alright, we're gemmed out, blinged out. Here she is, beautiful, finished, her final glory. If you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe. I'm filming a ton all through October.